Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to another surf video. As you can see, engine is back in the surf, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about what I actually ended up doing to the engine, and about how long it took and how it's going right now. So let's get into it. Alright, so here's the engine in all its glory. Not a big fan of the aftermarket cone air intake, but that's how it was when I got it. I don't have the OEM stuff to put it back to stock, so whatever. You can kind of hear the turbo a little bit through the air filter, so that's kind of cool. But anyways, what I ended up doing to the engine. So, front main seal, rear main seal, timing belt and tensioners up front. I actually ended up removing the injection pump after the engine was back in. So engine was in, ended up having to remove the injection pump down there because it was leaking diesel. So that included having to take off the freaking timing belt again. So had to tear into the front to get the injection pump out. Got that out, redid like 10 different seals on it. I think it's good right now. But we'll see. Apparently the low sulfur diesel we have these days it's not very good for the seals, the rubber seals in these injection pumps. They kind of shrivel up and get hard and don't seal very well. New diesel fuel filter, rebuilt the turbo. Seems like the rebuild's going pretty good, or holding up pretty well. I drove it up the street a couple times, hit full boost. Seems like it's all good. Oil cooler housing, replaced the gaskets on that thing because it was leaking a little bit. New OEM oil filter down there. Oh yeah, of course, new clutch, new flywheel, new pressure plate, new throwout bearing. My kit did not come with a pilot bearing, and the pilot bearing was seized, so I had to remove that. Ordered a new pilot bearing, 2-day shipping. Got here, slapped that in there. That was like on Wednesday or something. Yeah, that's basically it. Just kind of been burping the coolant a little bit. Drove it up and down the street a little bit. It does seem like there's a little bit of an oil leak from somewhere in the back. I'm not sure exactly from what. I did replace the rear main seal. Maybe the seal just didn't seal up as well as it should have, or maybe there was some other underlying oil leak that I didn't address. Oh yeah, I think this is the correct routing for that crankcase ventilation hose. So from there, just to the intake for the turbo. I think that's correct. The old setup was just a little breather filter on there, but this engine's kind of tired and has a little bit of blow-by, so I was noticing some oil just getting puffed out of that little breather filter. So I rerouted it back to the intake. Hopefully that will help keep the crankcase pressures down a little bit, and in turn will kind of stop pressurizing the crankcase and pushing oil out of the whatever leak it has from the back. New oil pan, or resealed the oil pan. I did not have an oil pan gasket, so I just RTV'd the crap out of it. It looks like it's holding pretty decently. New valve cover. Well, not new. I did not have a valve cover gasket, so I reused the valve cover gasket and put a layer of RTV on it. That seems like it's holding up decently. Yeah, this thing has no AC, so that I didn't have to mess with that. The alternator vacuum pump setup has only one belt on it. That's how I got it. So I do have to order a new belt. It just runs 2 belts, kind of like a redundant backup system, I guess, for reliability. Which I guess is pretty important because your brakes are run off of that vacuum pump, because diesels don't make vacuum. So your brakes are run off the vacuum pump, so if one belt were to snap, you would still have the other one to get home on. Yeah, other than that, it wasn't too difficult. The 4-cylinder is a little bit longer than the stock 3VZE, the V6 that comes in the US forerunners of this era. Yeah, so it's a little bit longer, so it was a little bit tighter of a fit, but it wasn't too terrible. I didn't need any help. It was just me wrestling this thing back in. Only took like an hour or so to actually drop the engine in, and everything is looking pretty good. Alright, so I was running it for a little bit, but she does start up in the morning. I mean, it's not too terribly cold, but yeah, there's really no starting issues as of right now. Well, anyways, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Sub to the channel if you haven't. Share it with your friends. Leave a comment down below on anything else you want to see on this surf, or if you have any questions, and I'll try and get back to you. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.